stand by. What we're standing by for. We got any pictures here? Because I'm getting nothing on this end. If anyone can tell me if you can see my face, please let me know. It seems like if people can tell me if you can see me and hear me, that'd be perfect. If anyone can tell me if you can see my face. There we go. There we go. I've got to get a dedicated computer just for doing streaming. This doesn't seem to work at the minute. One of the... Oh, sorry about that. This is one of the reasons why I haven't been streaming as much. I haven't been able to figure out some of my settings and some of the situations at the new place. This is one of the reasons why I haven't been able to get it sorted yet. I've had lots of technical issues which will get sorted eventually, but it's taking a while. Taking longer than I want it to, but we'll get it sorted eventually. Where was I? I was on about consistency, I believe. So yeah, our biggest problem is that we are not consistent enough. Nowhere near it. We need to get consistent, and that is an issue that we've had for a very, very long time. We've either been completely up there and going for it, but we've never been a team that's been able to be consistently get a result after result after result, and it's gonna turn into an issue if we don't start sorting it now. At the end of the day, we've got a great setup at the moment. We've got the right people in charge. We've got the right people running the club as well. Some people will say we haven't, but let's be fair. There's not many other owners who would have put a lot of money in that Chansiri's done already. So it'll be interesting to see what Chansiri does come the summer. I am very interested to see what will happen, because I always said that it was always going to be not this transfer window. It was always going to be next year's transfer window that was going to be the rebuild. With how many players we have out of contract, next year's summer transfer is going to be the massive rebuild. And if we are in to without issue with financial fair play, I actually think Monk could do also very well with getting free transfers in himself. I don't think it's just him who does it. I think you bang on with the consistent, but if you look at the league, the whole league is really inconsistent, Connor. I know that. Everyone knows that. At the minute, you look at the championship as a league, you don't know who's winning it. Normally, you can look at a league and you can look at a league table and go, I know who's going to win this. This person's going to win this. And you just don't get that at the minute. There isn't that kind of clear thing that you can see that someone's actually going to win the league at the moment. I don't see it. I don't see anyone winning the league at the moment. I really don't. I find it going to be interesting to see who does, because there's no one that stands out. There is no one that stands out in this league at the minute. So let's have a look. Live football goes. No, that's not what I wanted. Live football. Football. Live. There we go. I always have to remember where this bloody website is. Oh, it's livefootball.com. That's good. So let's look at the table. We are currently in 8th position. You've got West Brom, who are doing well. You've got Forest out of everyone, who I didn't expect to do well. Interesting one on that one, because I've got a family relative who's a Barnsley fan, and she's actually quite close with bits of the club. It sounds like he's had a massive disagreement with the board, and he basically he didn't like the policy they had with having to sign kids, the under 24s kind of thing. it's one of those situations at the minute where they got a little bit of a they got a bit of an issue with what happens in terms of how they're signing players and stuff. But by the sounds of it, it's sounding more and more like it is. It's sounding more and more like he didn't like the thing. He wanted to get some experienced players in for the championship. In his last game they did, he actually turned around and said, we're playing like a youth team setup. Obviously mentioning that he don't have enough experience in the squad for him. Sunderland is interesting because the Sunderland situation is because they just got rid of their manager. Their manager's just gone in Jack Ross. And it seems like they were about to get taken over. And they didn't want Jack Ross as the manager. But the takeover collapsed. So it's interesting. So if going off when topic, but it makes a change for another team. To be honest with you, much as I don't like to say that, you're very true. It's very nice to hear us not in that situation. These things are very kind of, look at the whole Steve Bruce situation. That was such a Wednesday thing to happen. That it could only happen to Wednesday. It could only happen to lose our manager that early in the start of the season. Being like we're on a high here and stuff. It is a very Wednesday thing that would happen. You're right, Glenn. And as much as you don't like want to say, oh, it's nice to see other people having it, it kind of is a little bit. Yeah, the Barnsley fans are actually pretty pissed off and upset about it. I've seen a lot that are not happy with it at all. There's a lot who are ready to... I think I saw one tweet saying he's not going back to the games anytime soon because he's just fed up. He's absolutely fed up with everything. But I could actually just have a look. Oh, there you go, Glenn. I'll get back to your comment on the last one. It's always the same when we sign these big names like Rhodes, the Hilbeke. Yeah, I kind of get what you mean on that. We do tend to sign new players who are meant to be big up here and best players, and they really do well, and then we either the pressure gets to them or we don't know how to handle them. And I think it's more of the latter of not knowing how to handle them at times. And we have to be smarter with how we play players from now on. A lot smarter. We have to be a lot smarter with how we handle players and how things get on. Because if we're not careful, we're going to have situations like that in the future. And we don't want that. We want to be able to get these players playing good football, playing for us as well. And if we can get things sorted with the playing staff and getting the right group of players, it's still very scary with how old our squad is. I'm not going to lie, we've still got a very old squad, which in theory I'm not a big fan of having that long of an age of squad, but we do need to start bringing in youth team players. We need to start looking at who's going to be there for next season. Is Hutch still going to be here next season? He's still part of Monk's plans. Like, there were some very good things that I heard from people talking about Hutch on iFollow, about how his commentary was a good insight and stuff, and I think more things like that would be good. I thought Massimo Longo had a fantastic game at the weekend. I really did think he was starting to look really good. He's starting to look settled. He's starting to look like that player that we could need. I personally, though, I wouldn't mind putting him a bit further attacking. A bit like he was when he was in his Swindon days. In his Swindon days, he was such an attacking player. And that's what got him moved to QPR. And then they turned him into a holding midfielder. I think he suits the attacking play more. But I completely understand that we need to get more defensive in that sense. But you look at how organised that back four is. I think it's the most organised it's been in a while. We look pretty solid. I reckon Holloway for Barnsley, Rowett for Sunderland, Houghton or Pooley. Well, won't go to either one. Well, Houghton will be looking at Premiership. I could actually see Houghton probably going back to Newcastle if Bruce doesn't do well there. Pulis, the talk of him going back to Stoke of all places. The talk about getting him in the firefighting mission, but to be fair, I think Stoke want to got to give him time. I could see Holloway at Barnsley, yeah. I think that challenge would excite him. I don't know about Rowett to Sunderland. I still think he might think he's... The only thing the Sunderland job would impress him with is A, what funds have he got to play with? B, it's a big challenge. Excuse me. It's a big challenge for him, and he would have to do some proper work there to get it right. I'm gonna be very interested to see how everything goes in the whole manager situation. I'm actually quite glad we've got Monk in a sense. If you look at some of the jobs that might come available, Monk could have quite easily gone to someone like Barnsley because he wanted to get in. But there is an issue with certain styles of manager who need to be right for the club. I think with Monk we've got it. Rowett to Barnsley, that one I can see, yeah. Rowett would possibly go to Barnsley, yeah. I think he'd like the challenge and the rebuild that they desperately need. They do need a rebuild as such. The problem is Barnsley have apparently been working off this spreadsheet formula kind of thing to pick players where players are, and they've got a policy of only signing players under the age of 24. Now, in theory, that is fantastic and that's great. But if they're not up to the challenge yet, and if they're the 20-odd, 22-year-old style of player who's good at championship level, he's going to cost a lot of money. Doesn't matter where he's coming from, he's still going to cost them a lot of money. And it'll be interesting to see what happens. Evening folk, just in from the gym, didn't end up killing that Sheffield United fan, Jake. I saw that and I had a funny feeling that would be interesting to see what happens. Evening, mate, how are you? Yeah, so the whole manager situation at other clubs, I find it really, really funny how all this has happened this quickly. And you look how long Gary Monk's been in a job. He could have actually got a couple of decent little offers before us. There's no rumours about it, mate. He's already in Iran. If you look at his... if you actually look at Gary Hooper's Instagram, he got on a plane the other day. He's there. He's already there. So, it'll be a big money move for him. If you go to Iran, he's going to get paid a shit ton to go golf for fun, and he'll just enjoy himself. And to be fair, he's getting to that point of a player where, yeah, maybe it's time for him to go do the MLS, Iran, China thing. Make a big ton of money and then play a shit ton of golf. They've got some nice golf courses at some places. And he's always on holiday in Dubai. If you look at where he goes, he's always on holiday in Dubai. And I'm very surprised the club haven't picked him up yet. Even a decent championship club, to be honest with you. Because he can still score goals. When we found out we let him go, I was gutted, but I could get it. I could get why we let him go. He was getting it at an age. He's had a couple of injury problems. We needed to have some fresh blood in. Now, did we manage to go out and get that attacking quality we needed? Not really. I think Forestieri coming back is going to make a big difference to us. A massive difference. Yeah, Hooper would have been the one that would have been smashing the goals in. I think Winnall was one of those things that I wanted him to come good, but he got it. Again, it's down to that consistency. So far, our most consistent player, if you're thinking scoring goals, is Stephen Fletcher. And Fletcher has also said he wants to kill the international career so he can concentrate on playing club football. And if he can do that, then fantastic. I'll be happy for him to do so. And if we went, even better. But you, oh, pardon me, you do have the situation where he's getting on a bit, and we need to start looking at some other players and at a different age, and we will do. I believe we will look at some of our youth team. Oh, I'm sorry for yawning. We will look at some of our youth team prospects and go from there. Do we need another striker? Yeah, we possibly do, because we can't keep relying on Fletcher. We saw what it was like without Stephen Fletcher against Hull. It didn't feel right. You got New Hughes, who's for me all in purposes now second choice striker. So it's Fletcher, New Hugh, Fortieri, possibly Winnall, and then Rhodes. Rhodes is the last choice striker really, and you could probably put New Hugh and Winnall in number 2 role. It'll be interesting to see what happens with Fez when he comes back. I'm hoping Fortieri comes back completely revived, ready to play football, done his part-time job down at Fox Valley, working for Ponty behind the bar, serving people drinks, doing the mowing of the lawn for the club, doing his bits. Like he, off the pitch, he seems like he's really enjoying life. So if we could get Fortieri that first season where he's scoring goals for fun and terrorising defences, because one of the qualities that a lot of people don't tend to say about Ati at times is that he don't hurry people off the ball. But if he got Fortieri at sides of him, he really does. It got to be that situation. Let's have a look. I'm still in favour of getting rid of Fortieri in Jan if he doesn't come back and hit the ground running. He got basically 3 months for me and then he's gone. Yeah, you got a situation where Fortieri, Rhodes, Fletcher, I think actually, but Fortieri and Rhodes especially, they've got 3 months to prove their worth, or they've got to go in January. We cannot let them go till the end of their contract running out, and we're getting nothing for them. They need to show us their worth. Show us that if they are going to leave in January, we get a decent amount for them. Because at the minute, we've got Jordan Rove, where we've got a player who's, as much as I really want him to succeed and make the most of it, there are times when he's playing, he doesn't look that interested, or the game's going by him. But when he was at Norwich, he didn't have that. I don't know if it's the situation with the club and he's pissed off that he couldn't go to Norwich. But let's be fair, if Norwich realistically wanted Rhodes as much as they did, they would have paid for him. They would have paid the money, that the 5 million or whatever we might have set for him, and got him. And they were being very careful. At the minute, if you look at the table, it's in the Premiership. Watford are bottom, Norwich are second bottom, and Everton, out of everyone, is 7th. In 18th place. So Norwich, but then again, if you go and get Rhodes and you're Norwich, he's not a proven goal scorer in the Championship. He's a proven goal scorer in League One and in Championship, but he's not proven in the Premiership. And there's not many players that are that proven. Look at Tammy Abrahams at Chelsea, young kid, scored in most of the leagues now, and it just shows you how good of talent he is. But Rhodes hasn't got that anymore. Rhodes has lost that little bit of pace. Rhodes had the moves that he's had, and they haven't paid off. In one sense, Rhodes technically should have always stayed at Huddersfield with the way it's going. He would have been really, really good for them and got them up. But they saw the good opportunity, sold him, and they got what they need for him. He did okay at Blackburn, but it wasn't breathtaking. Let me have a look. What was his record at Blackburn? Yeah, I know someone's in the shed. Me. Jordan Rhodes. Let's have a look. At the moment, the market value rose with nothing, and better if it doesn't hit the heights of 3 years ago, then he will go for nothing. Yeah, that's the issue. That is pretty much the big issue on everything with us. They're not. They're not that. Oh my god, it's a baby in that picture. Jesus. The what we currently got when it comes to value of players, we're gonna hit the issue where we will be letting players go out for nothing, and this has been a problem for us for a while. Not really being able to sort players out properly and do the best with them. So let's have a look. So when it was at Huddersfield, 124 appearances, 73 goals. He best Bell when he was at Blackburn Rovers, but they could never get up. 159 appearances, 83 goals. At Middlesbrough, he was 24 and 6. When he was on loan at us, he's 18 and 3. And while he's been at us so far since 2017, it's 34 appearances, 5 goals. And at Norwich, it was 36, 6 goals. And let's be fair, what is he? He's 29, so he's gonna be coming into early 30s soon. I think he's 30 in February. So he's getting to that point in his career where he's not going to possibly have many clubs left to go to. A Jordan Rhodes saying League 1, League 2, do like an Akin Benoit kind of thing, would do brilliant. He'd go goal for fun. He really would. But like if you look at Forestieri as well, so and let's be fair, Forestieri hasn't had the greatest time with what's happened this year. Let's have a look. Wikipedia. So Forestieri's best bell is at Wednesday in front of goal. It's the most appearances he's ever had, and his best goal form. So technically, Forestieri is actually been a better player at Wednesday than he have anywhere else. But also, he's also 30, like Rhodes in January. So you've got a situation where you've got a lot of these players who are starting to hit that bit where the prime thing. Forestieri can do well and hit the ground running in the next 3 months, and I mean properly hit the ground running, like getting goals, getting assists, helping, keeping, not picking any money bookings in, and get to 40 areas old. If he can do well, it could be a situation where he does well enough to get other teams looking at him to buy. Like, say a Premier League team who's just struggling, they need that one player, and we can turn and say, well, we've got him, he's out of contract, but he's scoring this many goals, we'll sell him for this much, kind of thing, if you know what I mean. And let's be fair, when we bought Forestieri, he was a bit of a steal of how much we paid for him, let's be honest. He was an absolute steal with how much we paid for him, for about 3 million quid. If we're honest. So let's look. Where will that leave us in the rebuild shot then? If players don't improve and we lose for nothing, does that mean it's promotion or bust, or therefore who do we offer new contracts to? The new contract situation all depends on how they all do, I believe. I think it'll come down to how they all do, what happens next, who looks like they're going to progress and help us a bit more. Forestieri is the kind of player who may get another 1 year deal out of us. He may just get another 1 year deal and see what happens. We have to start being ruthless in who we keep and who goes. There's a lot of fan favourites out there who are a little bit gutted at times, so we've got to be careful in that sense. Let's have a look. Who do we keep out of the players who are out of contract? Bearing in mind, in the mind of financial fair play and the EFL teams, we will know our situation regarding our out of won't they? They will know our situation in that sense, Glenn. But I have a funny feeling you might see a lot of free transfers, similar to Bruce in a sense, and players you've not heard of. There were players who went to Birmingham that no one's ever heard of and has been superb. Really have. Rose is leave 1 or 2 at best. He wouldn't even cut in the foreign country for me. His best days are long gone. And when he was on loan, the 3 in 18 should have screamed stay away. Yeah, I agree. I see what you mean. To be fair, I think we were trying to get rid of him in the summer, but you had a situation where Bruce was saying, "Oh, I might be able to get the best out of him," and then it got to the point where it's like, "Well, hang on, he's not really gonna do much." So far, for me, Bourne been the signing of the window with Harris. I think Massimo Luongo is a very smart signing as well. Very young, still got something about him, and last year he contract for QPR, so it was a no-brainer. His last year of the contract, it makes sense for him to go. Bing bang bosh. And that's what we need to start doing. We need to start getting players who are last years of contracts out the club and making a bit of money on them. Even if it's at a loss of what they came in for, we need to start making money. We are not making money in terms of how football clubs are meant to be run in terms of transfers. We're good at buying in, we're shit at selling out. And that's down to Chancery running it as a business and not as a football business. We need to get more commercial money out at the door as well and try and get better revenue in, because that's an issue. But if we can start chipping away at it, it'll be good. Like, Monk's had a fantastic start. He's been really, really good. He really has managed to galvanise the players, get them working to how he wants to work. And to be fair, by the sounds of it, the players have responded fantastically to it. You can see what he's trying to do with some of it. He got going up very attacking. We're using wingers at last. For how long have we wanted actual wingers? Like, out and out wingers. And we got one in Harris who's bloody quick. But what you saw in that last game again... Who did we play at the weekend? Wasn't Hull. That was thingy. Who did we play at the weekend? So you remind me. Brain gone dead. Who did we play at the weekend? Wigan. There we go. If you look at what Wigan did, Wigan noticed he was our main outlet in that game. And what did they do? They put 2 on him each time. There was 2 men on him every fucking time. And he couldn't get faith, but when he did get faith, he made the difference. Reach looked a little bit better in that game. Reach is one of the players I think who needs to step up and be counted a bit more now. He was brilliant when we had Joss in terms of scoring goals, and he had a bit of a freedom. I think he needs to be given a bit more of that freedom, but go for it a bit more. He got the quality. We know what the quality is, but it's just lacking at times. He just needs to step up a bit. His assist at the weekend was actually very smart football. It was simple, but it was smart and effective, and it got us the goal. So we need to start thinking a bit more smart with what we do. The next 3 games we've got are all live on Sky Sports, so that'll be an interesting one for us, because we can be hit and miss when it comes to being live on Sky Sports. Sometimes we're really good, sometimes we're really bad, so it'll be interesting to see how we do. But the last 3 are all live on Sky, so it'll be interesting to see what the attendance are in them as well. 2 being home games, the Leeds United and the Stoke City game. So let's see how we get on. Hopefully we can get the 3 points in them. Let's see what Monk can do during this period where there's an international break. Bearing that in mind, I think Hutt said the 4 days off. So if that's true, let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're back they're probably back on Wednesday or Thursday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I think we'd only got 1 player on international duty. Well, we did have. I think it was Longo, and he's now not on international duty. He's actually been called back because he got a knee injury. Well, it's a little knee injury, but I think we may turn around and say, look, it's a little knee injury. We don't want you to go over there, play, and then have a bigger injury. So it makes sense why we pulled him out. So thank you for watching this stream. They will be back to normal eventually. Once I get everything sorted, like I said, I've got a lot of things that I need to sort in terms of what base I'm in here at the minute. You may have heard the heater going in here because it's freezing down here. Like I said, there's a lot of things that will get sorted, but my schedule at the minute is completely up and down with everything at the moment. I haven't been able to get the schedule right yet, and once I do, I will do. I will get it all sorted. But right now, I can't commit to a proper schedule that I want to at the minute because I've got a lot of things going on personally, which I'm not going to go into here. It's more health wise than anything. But I've also got the other thing when it comes to the videos, I've then got to decide whether it's going to be spending time with my missus or come and do a video for an hour. And she's been at work all day, and it's a no-brainer. So we'll see what happens. I will try and get the Wednesday schedule. I did say when we started to go into the season that the schedule would change, just because it's sometimes game in, game out, and it's difficult to get a video up plus a live stream, then another video. Because if you think about it, I do a preview and a review. That's 2 videos. If we got mid-game, mid-week, so that's 1, 2. So Tuesday game, that's 2 videos for the Tuesday game. Then we got say I've put a live stream in there on the Wednesday. Then Thursday or Friday I've got to do a preview, and then it's then a review on Saturday. So that's pretty much 5-ish solid days of recording. Granted, people might not think that the videos that I put up are a lot of work. They might not look a lot of work like other people's stuff, but they are. They take a lot out of me, and that's more the fact of it, because I do this video for me because it helps with my health situation. It gives me something to do, but at the same time, it takes a lot out of me just even getting the edit going. Right, this heater's going back on, fucking freezing. To get the edits going and sit and do an edit. An edit sometimes can take an hour, 2 hours, depending if I have to refilm it, if I've made a mistake, or if I've had a fit during that during that period. So if I have an epileptic fit during my recording, I have to start all over again, or I have to cut the fit out, and then I have to look through the footage to find out where the fit is to get rid of it, and then put something in as a filler. The editing aspect for me can be a bit of a nightmare with how long it takes me to edit. Like I said, live stream will come back. They will be back, but I have to figure out the schedule. Like I said, if we don't have a midweek game, no midweek game, I could possibly do one every 2-ish weeks. So say if I did one today, which I am doing. So say if I did this on the Wednesday, which I won't be doing anyway. So probably the next live stream I may actually do next week, kind of thing, because we don't have a midweek game next week because of the break. So that might be Tuesday again, maybe Wednesday. But if it is Wednesday, if I come on here, I will be absolutely pissed. It's my birthday. So I probably won't be worth talking to. It won't be the 23rd because we got a midweek game. So your next, but you're looking like if I can get a live stream done when we don't have a midweek game, I will do. But it got to fit right with A, my schedule, B, my family schedule, C, my health. Like, I've had a lot of people asking about the streams. Why aren't the streams here? Are the streams coming back? Are we going to get streams done? Health-wise, I've just not been well enough. I'm at the period where I'm up here with my fit, which ain't great. My fits are like 15 to 30 a day, and they're going from like 30 a day to 60. I had a paramedic round Monday. Because I had a big fit in my kitchen, so be thankful I got this. Yeah, I can see your messages, Callum. So I've got to get right before I do these. So thank you. I know you like these Dream Palm. You ones who've been asking for them a lot. They will be back. Adebayo is a lot better on the left. I'll swap him with Palmer to fix the issue. Palmer is very limited going forward. Liam Palmer is international duty. Palmer is good. Thing is, it's a weird one with Liam Palmer. Liam Palmer is a strange one because everyone says that he's not really good at going forward, but that's what his position was when he was a midfielder. He played in midfield. When he started his career, he was a midfielder. And now, and to be fair, like there was a bit of commentary on the iFollow where he got the ball in the box, and it was a fantastic ball in. And Hutt turned around and said, "What's really annoying me here is not what Palmer's done. Palmer's done fantastic. Palmer gone down the channel like he meant to, and then cut onto his right. And he said, all I can hear is people going, oh, for God's sake, he cut in on his right. Why the hell's he done that? But he put in a great crossing with his right. He said he's right-footed. He's not a left-foot player, but he's playing a left-footed role really, really well. So Hutch actually says he gets better and better. He hasn't got much of a left foot. I think we could do with... I love Palmer to get a goal. I absolutely love Palmer to get a goal because he's been here so long now. It'd be nice for him to get a goal and stuff. But like I said, I'll set some sort of schedule up, and what I'll do... that's not the heat. That's cold. What we'll do, I will try and set a schedule up. I will try and get a video up where I talk about the actual schedule itself. So I'll put like a calendar on the screen, and I'll pick which day which I may be able to do on. And I want to try and get myself a little bit as... He's quite good at it, actually. Let me see. Thank Callum. Take care, mate. I'll leave your fees. Cheers, Glenn. Thank you for that, mate. Everything's well with you. But we do need to start. I need to start getting a schedule going. Once I can get a schedule and I can stick to it, everything's set up. I do want to ask people right now, what do people think is how this setup now looks? This is pretty much going to be it with the flag behind. I was tempted doing green, but at the moment I just really can't be asked. So everything good there. Hope everyone liked the setup. Hope everyone's well. Everyone have a very good evening. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy whatever you go do. But if you have a athletics journal live stream, please don't carry on. End stream and go again. Feel better about me. You'd be good. What are you doing these? Yeah, I've had it before where I killed them completely, Steve, and I've just left them to it. It's not worth the pressure of me trying to carry on with a bloody live stream. And you feel like crap. You feel like crap, and you just want to go lay down. So I normally just do. And there have been times where I have had fits and I've just buggered off. As you've seen it before on my Facebook page at times. How sometimes it's disabling me so much that it makes me not do well. So I'm going to cut it now. I'll answer this last one for you. Look after you first before screaming out before you fit there and not well you. Exactly, very true. Health comes before anything, don't it, mate? Bates, don't know, mate. Not in the medical room. If I knew, I'll tell you. Right, guys, I'm going to end it here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.